led so ably the Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy and the MRCA and a host of other joint powers authorities throughout Southern California to save so much open space. And it's an honor to have both of them here.
Well, I'll just lead off by saying George is a paragon of civic virtue. He's involved in everything Caneo. And in terms of the MRCA, when you first came on, we were battling to try to get the former Huck property, now called Rancho Petrora open space, and you were part of that effort, which was a little convoluted, as all of our land acquisition is. There's never an easy way to get from A to B. When we bought the Los Angeles River Center and Gardens, the former Lowry, California Center, you were there. Amundsen Ranch, now called Upper Las Virgenes Canyon Open Space. That was a huge effort that George was a big part of. Soka University, now called King Gillette Ranch. You've been part of all the big saves and all the other little ones, and also get a lot of land donations because people love the idea of saving land for open space and voluntarily give up some of their parcels. And George, you've just been a prince of open space.
So, coming here this evening, we have the timeline, George's timeline, and it's pretty impressive. And then, of course, the pastor pointed out that really all that timeline goes back to the second chapter of Genesis. So, not quite that old, George, but you know, you've got a legacy there. And I've always wondered, how come nobody dislikes George Lange? That's a question, really. In this contentious political world, and we certainly have a lot of controversy in the Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy and the MRCA and various things, everybody respects George. And George, I was wondering how you had that characteristic. Now I know. You ran a bunch of sports teams of all the different religious denominations in the Caneo Valley. So keeping all those folks together and not having them throw Bibles at each other, you probably learned a lot about human nature and how to keep people happy. And you've done it. And I want you to know that it's not just the Caneo Valley. So when the California legislature was petitioned by religious groups, by churches and all, who lost in the fire season of 2019, up and down the state they lost church facilities and church camps. They went to the MRCA and said, we know you can get the job done and get it done quickly and efficiently. And so we've saved about a dozen church camps. And I know that you're part of that. So the influence that you had even goes down to Orange County. We had a situation where we're going to lose very important wetland in Orange County, and nobody would take it on. And I told George, you know, we have to have an emergency meeting of the MRCA board. It's going to be lost unless we do it. And he says, yes, we've got to do it. Went down there, saw the property. George, your influence up and down the state, up and down Southern California, is going to be, and this would be a nice thing to say. And George, thank you very much for your service. But you know, you're still with us, right? You're going to be with us, and your 10-gallon hat is going to be with us, and your smile, and you're looking through all of the warrant. We have a warrant register, you know. We have approved, the board has to approve the warrants. He looks through every single darn warrant in the warrant register. So thank you, George, for keeping us honest.